Dillian the Body Snatcher White here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
So I walk this earth like a god. The former IBF World Heavyweight Champion, Prince Charles Martin, who of course lost that belt to Anthony Joshua in his first title defence, has called out the Body Snatcher, the WBC interim World Heavyweight Champion, Dillian Whyte. And this is what he had to say to Sky Sports. I want to welcome Dillian Whyte to the US with another KO loss. Whyte is an easy fight. He takes too many clean punches. Eddie Hearn don't want nothing to do with me beating his man. Whyte ain't crap. That fight would be a piece of cake. Charles Martin statement. Now, interesting dynamic with this kind of fight. Much like I said with Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder versus Charles Martin, that was a fight that was heavily rumoured for quite some time. That Charles Martin is a better opponent than I think people give him credit for. People pretty much remember what happened with the Anthony Joshua fight, where effectively he kind of quit, didn't he? Well, I say kind of. So a lot of people will think of Charles Martin that way, but Charles Martin is actually a very good opponent. And of course, with him being southpaw. In fact, on one of the occasions I interviewed Dillian Whyte, where Dillian Whyte was talking about Charles Martin, he's talking about Luis Ortiz and Otto Wallin and other fighters. And I said to him, so how do you get on with southpaw fighters? Because obviously Charles Martin, Wallin, Ortiz and that are all southpaw. And he was like, you know what, I don't think I've ever actually fought a southpaw fighter before. So if this kind of fight does happen, then this will be the first time Dillian Whyte fights a southpaw fighter. So it'll be very interesting to see what kind of adjustments Dillian's going to have to make in this kind of fight. And I know some people say, but a fight is a fight, which of course you are right, but ultimately there's a huge technical aspect to it as well. So it'd be very interesting to see how Dillian gets on with a southpaw. Now, Charles Martin, him saying that Dillian Whyte is an easy fight. Is it an easy fight? Well, firstly, it's going to be a very hard fight to make. He's a PBC fighter. The PBC, Al Heyman and co. don't like their fighters going outside of their stable. Once in a blue moon, of course, they'll allow it, much like with Andy Ruiz Jr. when he went over to the zone to take on Anthony Joshua. But again, Andy Ruiz Jr. had literally just left Top Rank and went over to the PBC. Andy Ruiz Jr. wasn't supposed to do what he'd done. Okay, but with Charles Martin, I think they like Charles Martin. And as far as in-house fights are concerned, there's quite a few in-house fights for Charles Martin, such as Andy Ruiz Jr., such as Luis Ortiz, Otto Wallin, of course, who's been recently calling out Charles Martin, Dominic Brazil, and quite a few others. So I think Charles Martin may be kept to the side, because as much as the PBC fighters say that they are free agents and they own their own contracts and they're their own promoters and all that kind of codswallop, let's be honest, they all are kind of dictated to by the PBC. If PBC don't want to fight somebody, they ain't fighting somebody. Okay, so him talking about Charles Martin talking about Dillian Whyte, is a case of that's going to be quite a difficult fight to make in itself. But if the fight was to be made, why would Charles Martin want Dillian Whyte? Well, firstly, Dillian Whyte is the WBC interim champion. That's the first one. But second of all, it's probably the best kind of payday he could possibly hope for. Now, Dillian Whyte, his next fight, as far as Eddie Hearn is talking, is that his next fight will actually be in America. In fact, Eddie Hearn has mentioned the names of, say, a Jermaine Franklin, a Trevor Bryan, the WBA regular world heavyweight champion, and what have you. So they're the kind of names that's been mentioned so far. But of course, there's going to be a whole bunch of names anyway. But Charles Martin would be an interesting one. So if they can get that fight done, that'd be interesting. It would be interesting. But I think with Charles Martin saying that Dillian Whyte is an easy fight, name me one fighter who's ever got in the ring with Dillian Whyte and had an easy night. Nobody has. Okay, Dillian's been stopped twice, once by Anthony Joshua, once by Alexander Povetkin. Of course, he got revenge on Alexander Povetkin. But on both occasions, both of these guys had to have a little bit of soul searching just to get that win, didn't they not? Dillian Whyte will always bring it, that's for sure. And Charles Martin, while he is actually quite durable, I know people will say he's not because of the Anthony Joshua fight. And to be honest, I think a lot of people have really only seen that fight. If you watch him, say, against Adam Kalinacki and another couple of opponents, you'll see he's actually pretty good. His chin is actually okay, and his endurance is actually okay as well. But it's never going to be an easy fight. It really isn't. And for him to say Eddie Hearn don't want this is pretty much saying, Eddie Hearn, make me an offer. Basically, he wants a good offer. He wants to make some good money. Win, lose or draw, he's going to get paid quite well, isn't he? Charles Martin, of course, he got paid very well when he fought Anthony Joshua. And in fact, he started up, was it like a rap career, which kind of fell on his backside and been smoking all kinds of you-know-what. But for me, I think that this is pretty much pie in the sky. I really do. But I'll be interested in watching this fight. I really would. I don't think that Charles Martin would be the best opponent that Dillian Whyte has fought. Not at all. But it's interesting because he's southpaw. And for me, I think that Charles Martin is either the second or maybe third best southpaw out there. Number one, in my opinion, is Alexander Usyk. Then it's probably between Otto Wallin and Charles Martin. Then Luis Ortiz and the likes of Artur Spilka and a couple of others. So Charles Martin, he may not be the best southpaw out there, but he's certainly up there. And of course, former world heavyweight champion as well. Of course, I think people would certainly watch it. A lot of people know who Charles Martin is. For me, I'm okay about this fight. Really, I am. I'll be quite looking forward to it, to be honest with you. I really would. Anyway, that's what's going on. Charles Martin is calling out the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte. Will Dillian Whyte take the bait? Will Eddie Hearn make an offer? Will PBC accept the offer? Will they allow Charles Martin to cross the street to DAZN? Well, of course, the PBC fanboys out there will probably insist on Dillian Whyte going to fight on a PBC show. He won't really care. As long as they pay him more money than what DAZN's offering. At the end of the day, it's a business, right? Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.